Hey everybody, how's it going? Just going to give you a quick update on what we've done with the chopper build in the last couple of days. So as I talked about before, we're going to do a custom seat, king queen seat. Going to have a place down in Marion, Indiana, build the seat for me. But I thought that rather than take the whole bike down there and leave it with them for a month or whatever it takes for them to do everything, I was just going to make a seat pan that mounts up to the bike and everything, get everything completely ready, get the seat pan all shaped and fitted and mounted to the bike, and then even do a little cardboard mock-up of how I want the passenger hump to sit and everything, and then just take that down to them and let them work from that so that I can keep the bike and keep working on it. So here yesterday we made a new seat pan for the bike out of some 16 gauge steel. So let's take a look at that real quick. This is what we got. So looks pretty simplistic, but basic seat pan. Fits along the fender and the lines of the bike pretty good. As you can see, I've got a little bit of extra room underneath here. Doesn't sit flat on the frame. I did that on purpose because when I reduced the wiring harness down, the original harness came out underneath the frame and it laid right on top of the head. I mean, it was like laid right on top of the head. So it was this big plastic coating around it that on the inside looked basically like header or pipe wrap. It looked like the same material as pipe wrap to protect it from the heat. So because I wanted to slim it down, I didn't want that on there. I didn't want it laying right on top of the head. So I'm going to come on top of the frame underneath the seat, and then that way it can go directly up underneath the tank into the channel, and it should really help hide that harness a little bit as well. So I left a little bit of an extra gap underneath the seat, but as you can see, it sits firmly up there. It's not really floating around. Came back and it mounts in the same spot that the original P-pad mounted. I just made a tab into the new seat pan so it would line up with the old hole. So I used the original mount for the P-pad. So fits the fender pretty well, exactly the shape that I wanted. Worked out really well. When you disconnect it from the back, at the front, it pretty much connects like most of your Harley seats kind of would. You slide it back, and it just goes underneath that tab right there with this bracket that I made. So when you want to put the seat on, you just put it on there, slide it forward again, catch it underneath that tab, and then line your hole up at the back. So hopefully I can just take this down there to the shop. They'll be able to make my seat, lets me keep working on the bike, and I should end up with a seat that fits exactly the way I want it to fit. So hopefully that all works out. I love the way it works. So the other thing we had started on was the sissy bar. I kind of did the basic shape as you saw, did a little bit of twists into it. I originally had intended in putting some rings in the sissy bar, one up at the top that was smaller and one down in the middle that was a little bit bigger. I just thought like a couple of circles would look cool in there as accents. But I was in a place today called the Habitat for Humanity Restore. It's a kind of a home improvement store place where if you're doing home improvement stuff, you can go in and find things really cheap. I bought all kinds of stuff there. Kitchen sinks, bathroom sinks, appliances, all kinds of stuff. In fact, here, about a week ago, I bought a set of double stack convection ovens on a really great deal that I wanted for my kitchen. So I did a built-in cabinet for them and finished out the built-in around the gas cooktop that I had put in. So when I finished building all that stuff in, I needed some hinges and some doorknobs to finish that off. So I went in there looking for those. I found what I needed, but while I'm digging through the bin looking for doorknobs for the cabinet build, I found a couple of really cool handles that when I saw them, I was like, oh, holy shit, those would look so good in the sissy bar. And they're really cool. They were square stock, small square stock with little fittings on the end. They came out and came down, and they had round stock twisted into a basket kind of shape. And I thought they would look really cool. So I brought them home and cut them up so they would fit into the sissy bar. So let's take a look at how those came out. So that's what the center of those handles looked like. And you can see where the square stock was. They came out, made a 90-degree, and had little brass fittings soldered on the end so they could attach to a, to a cabinet door. So for this one, I just lopped them off so it would fit in the top. And down here, where the sissy bar was a little bit wider, I couldn't just lop them off, obviously. So I cut the brass fittings off the end. You can kind of see where they were soldered still. And then I heated them up, straightened them back out. But when you straighten it out, it looked kind of wonky. So I went ahead and put a half twist in there to kind of match the sissy bar and hide the fact that I had straightened them out. So they don't look perfect. You can see, they're kind of whatever. But I think once they're all welded up and chromed up, they'll look pretty good. I don't think you'll be able to tell, that they were like door handles. So it's coming out pretty good. This is what the sissy bar is looking like so far. It's going to be pretty good, tall, about 3 feet up the back from the seat. So when we get down here where it comes off the fender, I'm going to end up making another sissy bar on the inside. This is going to have some more of like this kind of shape into the top of it. I won't get too much into that because as I do it, I'll do another video showing you why I'm putting that other sissy bar and that other little miniature sissy bar in the middle. I think you'll find it pretty cool. So we'll do another video showing what that's doing. But this is the sissy bar so far. It's not perfect. I got to straighten a little bit out here where I got a little curved on it, but nothing major. I think once it's all done, get it all chromed up, it's going to look pretty good on the bike. So that's what we've done so far. As we do some more videos, we'll keep you guys updated. Hope you enjoy seeing what we're doing with the chopper. Hope you enjoy seeing some really crappy videos from some dude in his garage instead of some YouTube guy making money off of his videos with a bunch of professional equipment. I don't know, maybe not. Either way, watch them or don't watch them. But if you like them, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of the bike and how it's coming. And we'll talk to you all soon. Be safe out there. Pork Chop out.